Have you ever been walked out on? Left to raise four babies all on your own? Two biological children and two bonus babies? And in the midst of getting left with these four kids, then get a phone call that you're going to be losing your bonus babies as well? Well, I have, so let's talk about it. I was married to my second husband for about 3 or 4 years. And all of a sudden one day, he just decides he didn't want to do this anymore. So me and my ex-husband had two biological children, and we were also foster parents. And we had our two bonus babies living with us at the time he decided to leave. I had absolutely no idea that this was coming. I knew that our marriage had been struggling for a while, but I always knew that we would get back on track like we had done before. I had previously been in therapy over my marriage and what I was going through when I was first pregnant with my daughter. So once we got over that hump, I for sure thought that things would get better, and they did. So as we continued into our marriage, we were at a point where I wanted to fulfill my longtime dream of becoming a foster parent. I spoke to my ex-husband about this, and he was on board. He was excited, as well as I was, that I was finally going to be able to fulfill this long life dream of mine to become a foster mommy. So that's what we did. We took the courses that we needed to take. We became fostered parents, or we got licensed to become foster parents. We waited until our son had his first set of shots before we got any kid placed in our home. This was during COVID, so we were a little skeptical, but nonetheless, we were excited to start this new journey together. So we got our first set of kids, and then they ended up staying with us for maybe 3 or 4 months. Then they got placed with family, in which I talked to a certain family member who will become important in a second, as far as where we should go from there, as far as the next set of kids we got. Unbeknownst to me, this person was actually working against me this entire time. So I did end up telling her about the children that they asked me, could we take next? This person in my life encouraged me wholeheartedly to get these set of kids. I met the kids before I took them full time into my home, fell in love with them, and wanted them. Now, once the children were placed in my home, that is when everything took a turn for the worse. I never in a million years thought that somebody I trusted with my life at the time would do something so horrible. Because during my separation from my ex-husband, I started getting phone calls and weird pop-up visits from people I normally wouldn't get those phone calls and visits from, asking me about my marital status. And it started to make sense. I went to court for my kids, a hearing that they had, and I'm not going to say what that hearing was for, but that is when I first found out that my children were going to be taken away from me and placed with the very person who encouraged me to take them in. This person had been working to get my kids, and they succeeded. I know there's going to be a lot of questions, but there was a lot more to go with this, but that is what happened to me. Not only did I lose my family, my husband, I lost my bonus babies over greed. And that is something that I feel like is going to take a very long time for me to heal from. I went through a divorce, fighting for custody of my biological kids, then losing my bonus babies. But God is greater. And I know that there is better to come. So I'm ready to share my story. I'm ready to help somebody else out there who may have gone through this or who may go through this. But I hope you guys take what I said and understand that I have a story to tell. I have a testimony to share. Lessons to be learned from everything that I've been through. This is not to give hate to anybody that's done anything. It's for me to continue to grow. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye.